right, good afternoon. This is going to be episode one for, I'm not sure what the name of the podcast is yet, so we're going to figure out as we go, all right? I should be looking over here, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
my
can look wherever
bad.
you
I'm
wanna
looking
look.
at
I
the
got
light. I don't know, I'm looking at the light. All
You don't
right.
have to look at the light. You can look at
So
the
I'm
light.
sitting here with one of my business partners, Tai, right? So I'm letting him introduce himself and get you guys a little bit more background about himself and what he does. But he's an amazing person. I've known him for about a month now. And he's changed the landscape of this whole operation we're running together, the office, the environment. So Tai, just go ahead and introduce yourself right quick.
Hey, appreciate it, PJ. How you doing? My name is Tai Nguyen. I'm actually a young entrepreneur myself, 35 years old. I own about 4 nail shops and 3 restaurants. And I just stepped in this industry not too long ago because I figured out that as a 35 years old, I have all this business. I make money, right, PJ? But I was like, where the hell did I go? So I went and stepped in here. I learned about financial. And now I know how to learn about how to save money correctly, how to grow my money tax-free, how to expand my business and all this stuff that with financial literacy.
Yeah, you made a good point. So to start off, like you said, financial literacy, right? What does that even mean in today's world?
Today, word I don't know, but in this industry, it's mean that you need to understand about financial. You need how to save your money correctly. You need how to grow your money correctly, so that Uncle Sam will knock on your door, tax, and stuff like that. So that's the ideal. And then what I realized that you don't learn none of this in school, right? And I think it's very important that everybody, even our parents, and then we teach our kids about financial. That way, they don't have the same struggle as us when we were young.
Okay, so if I was to ask you, right, what would you say some of the common money mistakes that you see in your environment nowadays?
Not able to save, right?
Okay.
And then just keep spending, and saving. And then when you don't save, when it hit, like inflation hit, when COVID hit, everything hit, and then you just don't have that money to hold around. And that's when a lot of people are suffering, using the credit card, max it out.
So, okay, we're not being racial. Okay, we're both
Okay.
different races. I'm from
Exactly.
Haiti. I believe you're from where you
Vietnam.
from? Vietnam. Okay, perfect, right? So, in my community, people are really they avoid talking about money. How is it? How do you see it? Is it the same perspective on your side?
It's
Why
the same.
do you think it's like that?
It's the same perspective because I really think like when it comes to money, everybody just avoid it because they're scared to learn from it. I don't know, or they've been skeptical. Who knows? But the one that actually want to learn, I will for sure that you will become successful.
Okay, so let's say I'm brand new to this whole situation, right? We have a young man right here. What's your
Daniel.
name, brother? Daniel. Okay, so we have Daniel. I can't see him, but I'm brand new. I'm Daniel, right? What is the first step to me learning how to start budgeting? Like, what would you say the first step would be for me to do?
The first step when we do for you guys, new one is I would say that just go ahead and sit down at home, write down all your expenses, right? Write down how much you're gonna make, and then after that now you understand where your money's coming in, where your money's coming out, and how much you should save, because a lot of people they don't save. So that is the only problem is they don't save correctly.
That's a good point. Let's stop right there, right?
Okay.
So, how do I? Okay, we're in Atlanta, okay?
Yeah.
We're not gonna put that aside. People like to go out. They like to go to the clubs. They like the hookahs. They like the what they call it, the crab legs. So how do I balance enjoying my life, right? While still, because I know you have a lot of businesses, right? How do you how do you do it in your space? Because you can go spend $100,000, $200,000 a year, but you don't do it. But how do you get the discipline? Is it something you came up with from a child, or did you learn that over time?
Well, yeah, I would say discipline is from I was a child because my mom's taught me like you need to start saving so that have kids because I got 3 kids myself now. If I got to introduce that, and I always really think that again, people when you don't know anything about financial, when all you do is just spend, and you don't save, that's eventually it's going to happen to everybody else, and nobody out there to teach them how to spend correctly. And as an entrepreneur myself, I mean, I get here because I know how to spend correctly. I know what to spend for my business so that I can grow more. Because if anything happened to me or anything happened to my business, it would all crumble. And we
Okay.
don't want that.
Yeah, that's a good point you made, right? So I know I need to change. I know I need to save money. I know that the path I'm going down right now is not good. Why is it that people choose to just stay there? In your mindset, why do you think that's the case? In
I
our
would say
generation?
ego. I would say skeptical. I would say they don't want to learn. They think they're good. And they don't know who to reach out. That's why it's so important that us, as an agent, financial advisor agent, we're going to reach out to people that doesn't know or understand about it. So to educate, the more people we educate, the better
Right.
our work going to be.
So we're almost through the podcast, but what
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask is mindset, right? how do you start the process of shifting your mind? Okay, I didn't grow up talking about money. My parents didn't have money. My parents used to tell me, put that back in the store. Do I look like I made? How do I start to change that mindset to being able more aware, at least, of what I'm doing with my finances?
I would say a lot of people will chose to change when something happens to them. That's one, right? And some many event like, man, I can't do this anymore. I got to change. Or some people just don't want to change anymore, right? But the people who want to change, I'm going to say, once you change for a better decision, when you change for a better lifestyle, you would start seeing a better result. So change from within. Change, you can't just change somebody that don't want to change.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, my last question, right? Advice, right? So you're 35, not 36, going. I think you turned 36 or 37.
36
Yeah,
last
he
week.
forgot his age, guys. He just turned 36 a couple days ago. Okay, so think about it. My younger self, right?
Yeah.
If I'm 18, I'm 19. Like, imagine the information you know right now, right? What advice would you give your young self at 18 years old, knowing what you know now that you're part of this kind of industry?
I would say my what I've learned in the industry is the three things that I wish I learned this back then is associate. Who you hanging out with is the most is gonna change around you. If you hang out with 10 young teenagers, all they do is partying, you starting a party. If you hang out with 10 young millionaires, you're gonna become millionaires. Second one is books, right? Educate you in books. I have never read so many books ever in my life because every single books I read, I got smarter. It's just that easy. And the third one, I'm sorry, is convention. It's when you go out there and you're going to see other billionaires at the work, and that's when you can see your vision more better, versus just stuck around in your inner circle to where they do nothing but gossip, they do nothing but just put you down, anything like that. So I would suggest associate, I would suggest reading more books, and I would suggest start going more conventions.
That's amazing, guys. So here we have Tai with us, guys. So that's actually some of the best advice I've heard in a while, right? Your associations, the books you read, and the conferences you attend. That's a powerful tool to have a successful life, guys. With that being said, this was episode 1. I appreciate you, brother Tai, for stopping by.
Appreciate.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.